Rufus, welcome.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Yes. I feel like I was just here the other day.
Yeah. So, here's a question. How many of you have been to a Rufus Wainwright concert before? And here's another question. How many of you have been to a performance of a Rufus Wainwright opera before? That's why we're
Always breaking new ground. Always breaking new ground.
Rufus, we only have a few minutes, but just please tell us, take us back to that moment where you became fascinated and motivated by the opera as a traditional form.
Yeah. Well, my mother, the late great Kate McGarrigle, her and her sister Anna, one day when I was about 13, brought home a recording of Verdi's Requiem with U.C. Björling and Leontine Price. And I think it was one of his last recordings and one of her first recordings. And we listened to it together in the evening, and by the end of that 2-hour window, I was completely obsessed with opera. It happened very fast and very intensely, and I was about 13 years old. So that began and has not abated, and so here we are today.
And I mean, maybe it's a very difficult question, but what's the essential difference between Rufus Wainwright, creator of songs and performer of songs, and Rufus Wainwright, the composer of huge operas? Is there a difference?
Yeah, there is a difference. I mean, I think in terms of I think there's a sort of yin and yang, is that what quality to it, in the sense that when I'm doing pop songs and pop records and stuff, I like to have my operatic tendencies as a sort of, it's like a sort of special ingredient that people don't necessarily know or understand, but they react to in an emotional way. So it's sort of it's just like a little card that I can play. And the same thing too when I'm writing operas, where some of my pop sensibilities and some of my physical abilities as a singer, I can imbue into pieces which in my opinion should be more, how can I say, more available to the general public. I mean, opera has become, there's incredible contemporary operas, but in general, it has become quite academic and quite distant from what normal people just hear. So I like to bridge the gap a little bit.
What we're going to see this afternoon is a 63-minute version, scaled back, of a very large-scale opera, 4 acts, 2 hours, and your husband, Jorn Weisblood,
yes, my husband Jorn,
has staged it within 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
Just tell us quickly what happens in this hour.
Yeah, well, this is these are all kind of the big moments in the piece. I will say that they are. You might hear it and be like, wow, there's a lot of heavy, kind of intense stuff happening, of which there is in the opera, but you're hearing all the big numbers, one right after each other. So you have to think that there's little more sort of, relaxed moments. But it's all the big numbers, and it's essentially, we go up until the death of Antinous. There's a whole act which takes place after the death of Antinous, which we don't really touch on, but this is really about him meeting, the two of them meeting, the emperor and his lover, and their beautiful love affair, and then his death, his murder, the murder of Antinous. So that's the sort of the heart of the opera.
I think we should just get on with it, don't you?
All right, let's do it.
So we'll be welcoming you back after the second.
Yes,
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys for coming. Thank you.